friends, and welcome back to the channel. Maiga here, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Maiga Vidal and I'm a musical theater writer, music producer, playwright, so many other things, because every artist is expected to be a multi-hyphenate just to be able to afford to make some money to pay rent from their art. Just the usual hi. Usually I have this microphone as a form of protecting myself, the truth of the vlogs, but in this case it is 11:45 p.m, my roommates are asleep, and this allows me to whisper without totally blowing out the track, so here we are. And so today, as an offering, I bring you my September 2022 studio vlog. Please eat it, watch it. September was a very busy month for me. Trying to think of everything that I did and watching this video back seems insane. I mean, I essentially revised and finished, and also had my first official reading of my original musical, Star Signs, all in September, which is crazy to think about. So I don't want to talk too much about Star Signs in this intro, because I will be making an entire video about the process, from my redrafting to the casting to essentially how I was able to get a reading with actors and all that stuff. I really want to be, again, transparent about the process, and so you can definitely expect that video to come out in the next 2 weeks, since, you know, we're back to the bi-weekly schedule. But September was super crazy. It is also the last time that I'm going to be in West Coast, Best Coast, because I am now in the East Coast for the winter. I was able to go see my mom on her birthday, and it was just really nice to see them. Exactly 2 months since I've left. Really, I feel like, even though it's only been about 3 months, I feel like I'm in a completely different era of my life, and looking back at these vlogs really cements that feeling deeply in my bones. As you've noticed, these vlogs are starting to cover kind of the entire month, and while I am thinking of vlogging more because I miss it and I'm getting back into editing. I say that every time and then shoot myself in the foot. If you want constant updates or just where my head's at, make sure to support me on Patreon. There you get early access to my YouTube videos. You get playbacks of every single one of my Twitch streams, which are where if I'm writing something new, you get it live and in person, like first thing. And also weekly blog posts where I talk about my feelings and where they are. Talking about monetizing hobbies, I wrote about this as I try and work through the freelance multi-hyphenate expectations online, and what that means for me as an artist. Because a content creator is definitely just a byproduct of the fact that I'm an artist, and it's kind of hard to put that in words sometimes. But anyway, if you support me on Patreon, it's only $1 a month, and I really appreciate it. We are 5 patrons away from me showing you the inside of my scripts, the guts, and more importantly, if you're a patron, you actually get access to the entire reading of my original musical of Star Signs that I talk about in this video. So you can watch the whole thing as the people that were invited in the room were, and I cannot wait to share that with you because it's very exciting. But I'm also controlling it because very scary, as I mentioned, to see your work out there when it's not ready. And so with that, let's jump into the vlog, and I will see you on the back end. It's sitting at 4:20, which I think is a good sign.
That is secretly intentional for me to be 4:20.
Hi, it is currently 12:08 a.m. on the 30th. So let me sit you down and we'll talk for a sec. So my roommates are sleeping. I just had a meeting with Amanda because tomorrow is, or I guess now, today is vocals day. I have been working on that all day. It's sort of like my day job at the moment. I've also posted this on Twitter. I'm going to be holding a reading soon of my new work, preferably next month. I present this as a bit Fleabag-esque. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's not really that. That's really reductive of what I'm trying to talk about here. My main character is a woman. TM. I talked about this on Twitter, and I actually ended up deleting this tweet because I feel like people were worried about me. But like, truly, I don't hear a lot when it comes to my songs. I don't really hear a lot of vision outside of like the vocal and some sparse piano. But working with Amanda, I think, has given me a lot of confidence. I've worked on production projects like this for school back when I was getting my production and engineering certificate, but then the pandemic happened. A different lifetime, but like I'm essentially doing all the engineering myself. I'm doing all the production. I'm not doing mixing and mastering, but I am doing a rough mix to work with our cast and things like that. But I think it's just very interesting to have professional work that I can point to and be like, yeah, I did this. And to have people online that I've never met like trust me with their children. I get to meet Amanda tomorrow and Kelly Hayes, who I've talked about and I've seen on Zoom readings for many a month, thanks to like the great, beautiful, collaborative atmosphere that I found on Twitter of all places. It's so bizarre. There's a difference between me recording in my room or in my space and then having people come into it sick. Hi, it is currently 10:57 a.m. I'm meeting with Ryan Duncan in exactly now 3 minutes. He is a producer, theater producer, who I met on Twitter, and we're just having a little chat. Also, I know I met with Amanda and we did the recording. I totally forgot to record before and after. I didn't record before because I was A, too nervous, and B, setting up the little home studio setup I have here. And then I didn't record after because I was like exhausted. The 2.5 hour session took everything out of me. See you later. Hi, it is currently 11:40 p.m. I am bearing my soul on Patreon because I need to blog somewhere. You got your free preview of the content before it's fully done. Of course, I'm being facetious, but I just sent out a really important email. I just sent out a... Oh, hold on. You know, I'm a person and I have needs and I can't like pretend that things are gonna go well when I'm gonna be like alone all day. Okay, those are the negatives.
Look at that. 20 feet in the air. Our feet are dangling. We're saying hello to people. Hello, everyone.
All right, let's do this one more time. I cannot wait to send you the rough cut with your vocals. Once you decide to publish this and everything's done, I am gonna do a breakdown of your track because it's sick. I'm gonna be like, this is Amanda's score. This is the 6 MIDI tracks, and this is how we arranged it. Because I think it'll be so cool.
And it'll also be so instructive for people coming into the space.
Hi.
I don't want to be
We
seen.
are hiding in the bathroom with our coffee because
Someone
we are-
has to go catch a plane.
yeah, because we're low-key European in a bad way. I'm sorry, Europeans.
It's the Spaniard blood. Yes.
Okay, so the reason I'm recording this is because I wrote the majority, and yes, I turned off the little thing. I'm suffering for this video, but I've been pretty bad at updating the vlog. Star Signs reading is officially, as of the time right now, on Thursday in 3 days. The original project is 25 pages long. I'm on page 80, and maybe through the second act of the story, the girlies are fighting is where I'm at right now, the sisters. So far I've put in 12 working hours where I've been like focused, either doing line edits on the original or like typing all of the edits I made on the actual script, because I spent a lot of time reading the script of Star Signs to first draft and writing scenes and additional dialogue in there, and then I'm spending a lot of time typing it and doing essentially a second rewrite of the second draft, because the second draft was written by hand into like my iPad. I have this weird method, but I'm really happy with it. I know you saw a lot of tweets, but I'm really struggling with picking up the camera again because just not at a home base right now. So it's hard for me to like think of getting angles and just like setting up a camera. But if you want to read what I'm doing, and oh, thank you, my sister's giving me her straw. What you're thinking about are like, wow, it's way more concentrated at the bottom.
Welcome to the blonde shop. My combination, you're gonna be wired up.
Good. I'm gonna nap on the plane for 5 hours. I really think I can make this like a bloody Andrew Jackson size show, which even though I made a whole video talking about bloody Andrew Jackson, I actually genuinely love the score and the script very much. I hold it very dear to my heart. It's definitely one of those like fundamental musicals for me, like on the same level as some like Lin-Manuel Miranda, Stephen Sondheim stuff for me. So even though I talk a lot of shit about it, it's because I love it so much. I have 3 days to do. My actors need it on Wednesday so they can have one day to like read it over and give me some feedback if there's some typos and stuff. There's 2 things I'm currently debating right now. Debate A is, do I want to play music at the top? I originally wanted to, but the script is now double the length of my original script, and I'm going to be adding more to it. So I think that for right now, I might not be able to play music because there just won't be any time. I'm still kind of struggling with the Zoom reading. I have somebody I'm working with for it, and they have some other projects going on, and so I'm going to have to like either reach out or come up with a different solution, because like I need to send out Zoom invites for people to come on Thursday, and I haven't done that yet. And I think I'm going to be attaching the script with my invite. It's very scary to have my work out there for people to just like have a draft of that isn't complete. So I'm genuinely thinking, un minuto. ¿Quieres salir en el video? My mom's like, no. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. My mom's gonna brush her teeth. I'm nervous about drafts of my work being out there that I don't have.
You have to make sure to watermark that shit.
It's not so much about watermarking, but I don't want people to read stuff that's in development that I'm not particularly ready to share yet. If you're my patrons, you guys are definitely going to get some pages from my draft one, like me, like my editing process, which I'm really excited to talk about from today, but like next week, because today I'm probably going to be writing. This week I'm probably going to be writing about my California trip, because I'm a bit behind. I'm gonna be writing a lot.
You're gonna be cutting it close, my dear.
Yes. And with that, I'll see you guys in the East Coast.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna be writing a lot today on this
Bye.
plane. Say bye, Hera.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Hi, it is currently 36 p.m. The reading of my show is about to start in about 25 minutes. I am just hoping that everything comes together. I sent the script literally last night at midnight and sent like a revised formatted version of it about 3.5 hours ago. Here are the tweets. I've been pretty bad about vlogging this process, but that's because I've been writing and I've just been out of it. I haven't edited in a very, very long time, so I probably am gonna do a bit of a catch up. Your girl is feeling very stressed. I hope it goes well. I hope people show up. More than anything, I hope the actors show up, because that's really scary. I don't want to read for any of these characters, but I absolutely will if I need to, I guess. So yeah, I'm scared. But I have some family over. My sister's there. David and Sarah, who are in the next room, in the living room, are also there. And Max. Paige is here right now too. And our Australian is here. Bless. I'm scared. I'll catch you on the other side. And that's the vlog. That's September 2020. As you can see, I started kind of into August, but that's because Dance My Way and that first week was meant to be kind of a weekly vlog, and then it kind of bled into September. So that's why those are kind of separate. Starting to kind of develop a new style for vlogging. I do like showing things in real time because I think it shows how long things take, and I think that there is this desire, especially like in AuthorTube or more process-oriented vlogging communities, where we want to like speed through and put those like 500% speed on like that clip. But I think the showing of the time and the care that it takes to put something together is just as important. So I'm going to start leaning into that as I go forward in these vlogs. I don't mean to talk shop, but I gotta talk shop somewhere, unfortunately. As for star signs, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I will be making a whole video talking about the process of mounting my first ever reading for my original musical, which was done online because the pandemic is still not over and I want to be able to host this in a safe way. And last thing I'm going to add here is like a little extra tidbit if you made it to the end of this video, is that what's really interesting to me is that I'm recording this outro on the 18th of October and I had another rejection today. And so the juxtaposition of getting another rejection in my inbox, but also seeing how much I accomplished last month by just like putting myself out there and talking to people, kind of makes it even out. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like every time you reach out, you aren't always going to hear back, or you're not always going to hear back what you want, but at least there is the possibility that someone out there is listening and you can actually like be seen and heard, if that makes any sense. So anyway, with that, I will see you next time with a new vlog. Goodbye.